Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Welcome to my match review of Athletic Club 2, Barcelona 3. We have watched a thriller out there at San Mames, a really impressive game for Barcelona. An important 3 points, and there's so much to talk about, so many positives also. This is going to be a happy match review because we've got a big 3 points. So let's get started. And of course, let's kickstart with Ronald Koeman's team selection. It was exactly as expected. What I found interesting about the team selection was the positioning of the players. It was more of a 4-3-3. You saw Busquets in the pivot role. You had De Jong and Pedri as the interiors. And then Griezmann out to the left. Dembele out to the right, and Messi in a more central role. And I want to give credit to Koeman for that. It really worked tonight, and Barcelona put in one of their best performances of the season. And this was so good. But the game didn't exactly start in promising fashion for Barcelona. We were 1-0 down after just 3 minutes, basically, under it, in fact, 2 minutes, 50 seconds or so. And it's an awful goal to concede. It's so poor. So much space in our midfield again. I don't know where Busquets, De Jong were too high up the pitch, maybe when we were with the ball at our feet, but we lose it. Athletic Club turn it over. I think it's Raul Garcia who pokes the ball through in the end to Iñaki Williams. And he's in his own half when he runs onto it, but the positioning of Araujo and Longley and the lack of speed and also the lack of recovery to go back and hold up the striker Williams and really get a foot in. We did none of that. And then Williams' shot, I didn't think was that impressive. Not the most impressive striker of the ball is Iñaki Williams, but it beats ter Stegen when the German goalkeeper probably should save it in all truth. But Athletic Club get an early lead, and I think we're all thinking the same thing. We came into this game expecting a hard match. Marcelino's in charge. We were always expecting that there was going to be little space in behind. Athletic were going to play their game. They were really going to raise their level against us. They got an early goal, and it wasn't exactly looking positive, was it? Because once we go 1-0 down against a side like this, you don't exactly have high hopes to get back into the game. But you know what, to Barcelona, to be fair to them, they certainly did. Because our response to going 1-0 down was not bad at all. There's actually a good ball in behind from Dembele to Messi. He pulls it out to Griezmann, who then lays it off to Dest, and that was a good save by Unai Simon. But that sort of move was happening quite a lot. And players like Ousmane Dembele, I always mention because I'm a big fan of him, but they're so key to Barcelona. He makes things happen. He had a great shot saved by Simon not long after that. He had a few of them, in fact, one on his left, one on his right, before Barca got their first goal. And that's just positive. When we have a player like Dembele who's willing to get the ball in behind defences, to take long shots, to run at the back line, it's what Barca need, and he kept doing that as the day went on. But Barcelona got their equaliser in quite odd circumstances. Like I said, I was impressed with the reaction to going 1-0 down. Maybe the goal, it made us come out a little bit more. We were certainly dominating Athletic Club after they scored their first goal, despite the fact that Williams was still that constant threat on the counter-attack right throughout that 90 minutes against what's quite a weak and inferior Barcelona defensive midfield. Certainly the way we set up anyway, I do feel that we are quite easy to get at. But Barcelona equalise in a really odd way. It's Messi out on the left-hand side, again where he likes to come over sometimes, that he's naturally on his left foot. He bends in a really high and interesting ball towards De Jong at the back post, who does get onto it. Unai Simon goes to almost try and catch the ball, but he misjudges it a little bit. The Dutchman, De Jong, gets in behind. He squares it back across, and it's Pedri, our other interior, who runs in there and stoops to score a header. And I know all Barca fans are big fans of Pedri, and he gets a lovely header there and puts us level there after 13 minutes. And I think no one was really expecting, away at San Mames, after 15 minutes or so, it to be 1-1 here, and Barca to have plenty of chances. A really interesting game, and a good one. And to be fair, I think for about 15 or 20 minutes after we scored our goal, yes, there are a few chances here and there. I don't think it was as hectic as maybe the first 15 minutes or even the second half in terms of chance creation and a really intense football match. But it was still good from Barcelona, and I was really impressed with our away performance today. Like I said, especially after going a goal down. That's really impressive. A big positive there to Ronald Koeman, to the team today. They showed up when they needed to, and it's another important 3 points. And we got our second goal in quite wonderful fashion, guys. I think it's about, 7 minutes before the half-time whistle was going to blow. It's Messi who gets the ball into Pedri, I believe, or Pedri takes it on. And his first touch is interesting here to Spaniard because he brings it back out and Unai Simon rushes off his line, the goalkeeper, as he did for Pedri's first goal. And I'm thinking to Pedri, just chip him. But no, he always sees something different. The back heel to Messi is genius. The finish from Messi is sublime. He wraps it around the goalkeeper. It's right in that near post, and it's 2-1 Barcelona. And it's a vintage Barca goal. It's a sort of Barca goal that Messi and the likes of Iniesta and Xavi and even Busquets in his day, the sort of goal they'd be scoring, and even the likes of a Neymar or Pedro or David Villa, these sorts of players would link up with Messi for that sort of goal, and that is what we've got in Pedri, a really special young talent, someone who molds straight into this Barcelona team, and I saw a lot of people singing his praise at half-time. I always see it whenever Barcelona are playing, and at that young age, he's really looking like a good fit, and Also, guys, a positive for Pedri today. He was in the left interior role where I'm thinking, I suppose, if Barca are to play a 4-3-3, which you would expect when Xavi inevitably comes to coach, if Pedri masters that left interior role, Barca are in for an absolute treat. And we could have actually made it 3-1 before half-time. I really thought after Barca got the second goal, we were going to turn on the heat, and we did. It was Griezmann who got in. It's a decent save by Simon. The ball really popped up on him. You saw Messi again, but constantly on the ball. And when he's in these central areas, guys, Messi, not when he's on the right, like he was against Huesca. And of course, it depends on opposition, whether they're more open. I do think Athletic Club were far more open than sides like Huesca and Cadiz. It's not just, look, when Messi's central, he does well, because, look, he's been central in other games, and he hasn't had this sort of effect. But Messi, tonight, was on absolute fire, and he kept on getting chances, as did Dembélé. And Griezmann also there, like I mentioned, got a good shot. I thought he also had a good game, out of possession, out on that left-hand side. I just think overall the front four, the front three, if you like, the whole setup from Barcelona in attack worked to absolute perfection. Another player I want to give a standout mention to is Frenkie de Jong. I thought he was superb again in the midfield. The way he won the ball back was wonderful. When he's in possession, he's also very smooth, very clean with the ball at his feet, constantly gets it to the likes of Messi and Griezmann, and that's absolutely key. So I think so many good performances from Barcelona today. And if we're thinking about a formula to go into Champions League matches like the PSG one, it would be this sort of setup, guys, this sort of formation, these sorts of players. Of course, you can draft in others here and there. Look at the defence, there are certainly players who can come in maybe to help us, also in midfield to perhaps replace Busquets. But other than that, guys, we are starting to find formulas that do work in matches, and that's key. And when we came out for that second half, I was hoping Barcelona killed off the game nice and quickly. Look, we started fine. Athletic Club, I think, had a bit of fire in their bellies, especially after a Marcelino team talk. They would have wanted to get straight back into the game. We managed to ride a little bit of an early storm, you know. I don't think Athletic posed us too many issues all night, really, when they went forward. And I do think the 3-2 scoreline flatters them just a little bit. But Barcelona did get their third goal, and it was another really, really good goal, because just before this, Messi had a great shot that pinged just off the post, and Messi was again in top form. Him and Griezmann linking up, him and Alba, Pedri, Dembélé, Messi in these central areas, constantly getting on the ball and just causing absolute havoc for the Athletic Club defence. They just couldn't deal with it, and honestly, when Messi's like that, who can? He's such a weapon in world football, and when, you know what, like I said earlier, the defences, they just can't stop him. When he's like that, it's close to impossible, and his goal was absolutely genius from Barcelona. It's actually Griezmann who gets on the ball in almost like a Jordi Alba position, but the weight, the pause, the play back to Messi, and then the finish from the Argentine is just world class from Barcelona. Maybe my favourite goal of the night. I know he scored some lovely goals. The first one was interesting in its own right. Some great play there. The second one was wonderful from Pedri and Messi, but there's something about this quick pullback and the blast from Messi, the ping, the way he can just lift that up off the floor from a rolling ball like that, right off the bar and in, is purely sublime. A little bit like that chip he scored against Real Betis, just with more power. And, you know, it wasn't so much of a chip because Simon was on his line, for goodness sake. But look, this was another great goal for Barcelona, and it really was deserved. I thought we had an excellent game all round. Maybe I come here and I give the team a bit of stick sometimes, only when I feel it's fair, guys. But today, look, let's give the team so much praise, because especially in attack, we looked so goddamn good. And we certainly could have made it 4-1, 5-1 as the game went on. We saw Braithwaite come on at right wing. We saw Mingueza come on at right back. I think those subs probably dropped the level of our play. Maybe Des was getting tired. Mingueza coming on at right back didn't have too much of an impact. But look, taking Dembélé off for Braithwaite was always going to drop our game, in my opinion. And I think we saw that. But Barca, look, like I said, Messi, he had a few chances here and there. Good tackle by Unai Nunez. Denied him of a hat-trick at the end. He also had an offside goal ruled out a little bit earlier on, which was very, very close indeed. The way they do the offside lines, by the way, I don't know about VAR. In that regard. And also Griezmann could have got himself on the score sheet a few times today. In the second half, he had a good shot saved by Simon again. It was a decent pullback from Alaba, but it was just a little bit behind him. But Barcelona did give us a little bit of a scare towards the end of the game, and it's actually Messi, the man of the match, the man who was so good all evening, who just gives away a really stupid ball, and you could tell how frustrated he was with himself. There's not really much else to say on this other than it's just a poor mistake from Messi. He gives it away. I think it's Williams who rolls it really quickly into Munain, and it's a great strike, to be fair. You saw Williams and Munain take their chances tonight, to be fair to them, and that is, I suppose, good news for Athletic fans. If they're going to be that effective, they're going to win matches. Not every team's going to score 3 like Barcelona did today. 3 wonderful goals like that. So look, Athletic, certainly positives for them. But Barcelona did manage to hold out in the end. A 3-2 win, which does look a bit odd. It looks like a cracker. And it was a really good game, but I certainly felt that Barca were dominant in it. Like I've said so many times, I was really happy with tonight's performance. I think there's a lot of positives for this one. An away game, a short turnaround. Athletic with their new manager, they went 1-0 up after 3 minutes. I think quite a lot went against us today, you know, coming into the game, the late training session because of the COVID test. And I spoke about all of this sort of stuff in the preview, but we came to San Mames, we got 3 points. And that's absolutely massive. And that is where I'm going to leave today's video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. Share the videos around also, guys. If you want to see others get involved, tell your friends, tell your Barca friends on Twitter. And of course, getting involved in the comment section. I love talking to you guys about the games, about the previews, about what's coming up right now at Barcelona. All of that sort of stuff. There have been some good discussions in recent weeks. So make sure you guys are getting involved there. And that's going to leave it, guys. We've got a big game coming up. The football simply doesn't stop. We've got Granada away on the Saturday. Again, really hard away game like today's. If Barcelona play like they did today, no reason why we don't win the match. But look, it's a new proposition. It won't be the same. No game is. So we've got to go there with a real intent. I don't want to see the level drop. It has to be sharp from Barcelona. And then not far after that, it's the Supercopa. Then we've got, look, Real Sociedad in that. If we beat Sociedad, it'll be Real Madrid in the final. You'd imagine they would beat this Bilbao team. So look, the football just simply doesn't stop. Loads of hard games coming up, so it's really important we won tonight, and we have done. Big games coming up. Let's see if we can win those also. Enjoy your evening. So this was a good one to be a Barca fan, and good night.